What's going on, guys? Welcome back to Season 5 NHL 21 Vancouver Canucks Franchise Mode Series. As always, guys, thank you so much for all the support on this series. If you do enjoy it, leave that thumbs up. As you guys can see, last year the Rangers won the Stanley Cup, and we actually didn't even make the playoffs. I still don't know how we managed that one. I thought we were really bad in goals against. We actually had one of the best goals against in the NHL. We just weren't scoring enough. As well, we literally finished 2 points of a playoff spot, but still did not make it. I know the AHL team hasn't made it the last couple of years. Someone was mentioning AHL head coach. I also found that kind of after I recorded the video. Staff chemistry 53% is just not going to do it. So I'm going to fire the AHL head coach right now, hire a new one. I've done some scouting, and I think the best chemistry fit I can get is 69%. The two guys I was looking at are Donovan Kessel here, who's teaching C, coach influence B-. I feel like those two are honestly the most important. And the other one with 69% team fit was Eminem here, and he's got a D and a C. So because of that, I'm going to try and make an offer here on Kessel. Hopefully, bringing him in helps out that AHL team. Pretty expensive, $569,000. Luckily, I think we can sign him for whatever. So we'll offer $619 AHL head coach. Hopefully he says yes. Also, guys, someone in the comments of the last video pointed out how bad Kopitar did for us after we traded for him. Check this out. It's on the Islanders now. Basically point per game for the LA Kings. We get him at the deadline. He puts up 4 points in 20 games. Are you kidding me? Like I said, I think he had some sort of curse, because that is embarrassing. And next year, guys, when you look at the lines to start this season, honestly, I think they're looking pretty nasty. So with Coles and Peterson, Bedard on the top line gets a +3. Besser, Horvat, Barkov +1. Hollinger, Pavelski, Kostin +1. Then Nemestikov, Galchenyuk, and Ernie gets a +3. So pretty perfect for a fourth line. They're all playing 83s. They're all making sub $1 million. Defensively, Ekman, Larson, Hughes, top pair. Parayko, Hughes on the second. Zaboral, Pesci on the bottom. Wouldn't mind a bit better chemistry for the defense, but what are you going to do? Demko, DiPietro there, I feel like is a very solid goalie duo. In terms of the special teams, I messed around with it. We got +3 on the first one, with Bedard now in that first unit. 86 overall, high franchise. I feel like this could be the year he goes off. Look how fast he is, too. 96 offensive awareness already at 19 years old. That's insane. Playing with Peterson, with Colson, Hughes, and Besser. Second unit there also looks pretty good. We got Luke Hughes on it. 4-man power play, not too bad. Bedard's on that as well. First PK gets a +5. First 3-man gets a 0. Second with Barkov gets a +1. So chemistry looks really good. AHL team here. You can see Cooley, Maligan, Hosang getting a +1. I mean, the rest of this isn't too bad. They were actually getting a +3 till I fired the AHL head coach. So I'm going to wait before we get our new head coach before I show you the AHL line. Real quick, I want to show you the NHL overalls, offense, defense, goaltending. Actually, some of the first game against the Sharks, we won 8-1. Bo Horvat had 5 points. Hopefully, you can keep that going. So we've got 97 offense, which is pretty ridiculous. 93 defense and 89 goaltending. Looks like Quinton Byfield's now the best player on the LA Kings. That makes sense. Kopitar is gone, so he's kind of the face of that franchise now. Alright, guys, we got our new AHL head coach now. I actually had to mess around with it because I didn't realize it doesn't let you leave that coaching screen without a head coach. So I promoted our assistant. Then the head coach said, the position's full. I offered him associate. He said yes. I then fired the assistant, so the head coach spot was open. Had to hire a new assistant. Kind of seems like a lot, honestly. But anyways, Cooley, Maligan, Hosang is a pretty nasty first line, especially +3. Hosang's going to be like an 85 in the AHL. If he doesn't go off, I just don't even know. Boquist there with Thomas and Rubtsov's like a very good second line as well. They could easily be a fourth line in the NHL. Clark, Iskakov, and Korolev's a solid third line. Then you got Jacek, Sadnicka, and Gadrich on the fourth line. Sadnicka was our first line starting in the AHL last year, so just shows you how much depth we have here. Then you got Ferentz and Green on the top D pair getting a +3. Joseph and Clay get a +1. Anderson and Coghlan get a +3. So again, this AHL team, Parsons, Skinner, and net. Parsons an 81. They really should be good. +1s on both power play. We'll see what happens. Alright, guys, so it's the end of December now. We have a 19-12-4 record, which isn't too bad. I'm actually not sure where we are in the division. Second place behind the Flames, only 2 back, with a game in hand. Barkov's playing really well on that second line, with Horvat and Besser averaging over a point per game. Love seeing that. I think he's on the second power play as well, second 4-man, but all the PKs. Maybe this is a big year for him. And we just got a pretty good off here, guys, from the Vegas Golden Knights. Alex Tuch for Korolev, 2/3. Korolev's third line AHL for us right now. Alex Tuch's a pretty good player. 86 overall. He's currently got 23 points, 44 games. He is making 4.6 for the next 2 years. I'm not sure how this works, because we have $1 million in cap space. I'm a little worried that if we do this, we'll then have to send someone down. It'll really mess up our cap space. So I'm going to say no. But it's kind of something to think about at the deadline. And next, you guys watching, Capitals offering us Jordan Eberle for Kostin. Kostin's half the price, younger, 85 overall. Eberle's 85 as well. So, I mean, he is putting up more points than Kostin, but Kostin's playing like third line for us. I think that's probably why. About a week away now from the deadline, and we record there 33, 22, and 7. See where we are in the division. Third place now. Oilers have passed us. We're only one win back. Flames of 79. So 3 Canadian teams all at the top. Colson's now our leading scorer, 70 and 62 with 40 goals. Good for him. So we'll get to the trade deadline now. We should be, I don't want to say full buyer. We'll say conservative buyer. We missed the playoffs last year. I'm not going to go too crazy here. Again, looking for a hockey trade. Shea Theodore. Look at the value on him. 90 overall, only making $5 million. Nick Ehlers is also on the trade block. Ryan O'Reilly, Alex Pietrangelo, Ekman Larson. I guess the assistant GM did that. I do not plan on trading Ekman Larson. That's weird. Sam Steele, Klingberg, JVR, Hellebuck, Mantha. Maybe we'll get an interesting offer for Ekman Larson. So let's go see what else is out there. We already saw he's a 90 overall defenseman. He's got 40 points in 63 games this year, averaging 27 minutes of ice time a night. It says he'll fit on our top D pair, which works for me. I figure we'll put him with Quinn Hughes. I guess Vegas, like, they're only slightly below 500, but they got everyone on the block. So I'm operating up Schroeder here. Second round pick last year, medium elite. He's a playmaker and his stats are so weird. Like, passing's the most important at 72. He's got 91 deking and hand-eye. His offensive awareness is only 67. He's got good shot block and stick check, no D awareness. His shot's terrible. Physical's terrible. He's got good excel and balance. The rest of his skating stats aren't good. Korolev's not bad, but like if it gets a Shea Theodore, I think it's worth it. Glenn Cross here could also give up. He's actually a year older than Schroeder, 2 overall below, but I think he actually can turn into a player. Like, he's got a pretty good season right now in the queue playing for Muski, and his stats just like are more balanced. He's a two-way forward. He actually has a bit of a shot there. I don't know, like Schroeder here as a playmaker, I just don't see it happening with such low passing. I could be wrong. I'm taking a bit of a risk because he is better right now, but either way, he has a bit more value. Maybe it helps us get Shea Theodore here at 50% retained. Trades rejected. Okay, so they don't want both these guys. I mean, I really have no one else to give them, I think. Yeah, we have only our goalies that are playing. Draft picks, we have a third, 2 fourths. We have our first next year. I guess I could do third round pick next year's draft on top of that. Trade still rejected. Honestly, I'll add the third this year. I feel like our team's good enough to get it done. Wow. I'm going to try this Para guy, 1856, low elite. And then I want to add a second rounder. You guys can see I don't have a second round pick till 2028. Kind of ridiculous. Hopefully this gets it done. Trade is still rejected. Honestly, it's going to cost us a lot more, I think, than it's worth. So next year, guys, I'm making the same offer to the Winnipeg Jets for Nick Ehlers to try and bring in an all-star forward opposed to an all-star defenseman. We got less than an hour left here. See what they say. Wow, trade accepted. Okay, so like I said, hopefully Schroeder does not turn into a player. I think 69, or what was it, 67 passing as a playmaker shouldn't, turn into much. Nick Ehlers on our offense, we're going to be sick. And the trade deadline is now complete, guys. I saw a few of the guys in the top 10 list got moved, so we'll see what the price was. Ehlers trade, of course, there. Again, I'm hoping, it doesn't cost us. Korolev as well. It was like 23, 24 now, and he's still only in the 70s. I don't think he was going to be a player. Edmonton gets John Klingberg for a first, second round pick plus a prospect. Alex Tuck returns to Minnesota. Blake Coleman there to Boston. Jared McCann as well to Boston. David Krejci goes back to Boston. They're loading up. Sam Steele to the Ottawa Senators. John Klingberg to the Anaheim Ducks. Adam Lowry to the Devils. Edmondson to the Leafs. Marcus Peterson there. And Nick Foligno, both to Philadelphia. Claude Giroux goes to Pittsburgh. I don't know if he'd ever do that. Jonathan Toews to Nashville. At this point, they're probably more like veterans, but Giroux, I think, hates Pittsburgh. No way. Toews on Nashville is interesting. Not sure what his rating is at this point. Jake Bean goes to New Jersey from Seattle. So, actually, some pretty big moves happening at that deadline. And after adding Ehlers to the team, here's an updated look at the lines. Didn't touch the first line. I feel like it's working. Bedard's actually gone up to an 87. We then have Besser, Barkov, and Ehlers as the second line. I mean, that's so nasty. That would be a lot of teams' first line. Hoglander, Horvat, Kostin, I think, is a very solid third line. Now the fourth line centered by Pavelski. Galchenyuk is scratched. We still get a +3 though, which is awesome. No change, of course, to the defense. Special teams, I think it's the same first power play unit. Ehlers was added to the second one. I mean, it's just going to be even more deadly. It's also on the second 4-man power play. Then I think the PKs are all the same. So, I mean, Ehlers 90 overall. It's a big add for us. We couldn't actually score that much last year. As I mentioned, we were actually quite good defensively, so hopefully Ehlers kind of like an X factor for us. And so at the end of the season, we finished the record of 45, 29, and 8, and we actually did make the playoffs this year. We're back in it. As you can see, we finished with 98 points, third in the Pacific Division. Flames and Oilers there, both over 100. The Sharks get in with a... Are you kidding me? The Sharks get in with 83 points. We missed last year with 90. They get in with 83. What the heck? Like, Avalanche getting with 90 this year. Come on. But Cole's in there, 90 points, 82 games. He's got 51 goals. Such a great player for us. Barkov, 79. Besser, 77. So yeah, he needs to be in the top 6. We kind of wasted him on the third line last year. Peterson also 77. Bedard, 69. Nice. Now, he only had 17 goals, 52 assists there. I like him to shoot the puck a bit more for a sniper. He's got 90 wrist shot accuracy now. Not the strongest wrist shot, but 90 accuracy. The dude can snipe. Hopefully start shooting a bit more, especially since we haven't played on the wing. Ehlers there, 62 points. Definitely better than Kopitar when we picked him up. Yeah, he's got 14 and 19. On Winnipeg, he had 48 and 63. Horvat had 60. Hughes, 55. Ollington, 53. So what is that? 3, 6, 9 guys on our team at 50 plus points. Not bad at all. Demko here, .891 at 3.23. I'd like to have a bit better goaltending than that, but what are you going to do? AHL here, Hosang at 75, so he did play well. I was going to say, if he didn't, like, how ridiculous would that have been? Maligan 67 is not too bad. Rupsov 60. I'm curious, like, will Hosang go up from this season? Will he stay the same? Because obviously dominating the AHL isn't really that big of a deal. Entire league, McDavid 121. So I think making him a 97 was definitely the way to go, as he wins the Art Ross about every other year, which so far in his career has been the case. Matthews 110. He's on the Red Wings. I missed that. Wow, I would love for Matthews to join Detroit. Sagan there, 107 at 33. Draisaitl, Line going off with Columbus. Nylander, even without Matthews, gets 99. Malkin, Texia, he's up to a 90. Jeez. Dude went from medium top 6 to medium elite. Lucas Raymond, 95 points. I think, playing with Matthews probably definitely helped him out. Check defenseman scoring here. Don Carlson again, over a point per game. He's got 83. Fox at 78. What's he up to? A 92. Hedman's a 93. Sergey has a 91. McAvoy 70. Provorov, McCarthy's a 91. He got passed by Fox. Starts out higher with the high elite. So that just shows you, anything can happen in franchise based on how the players sim. Rookie skaters, Brad Lambert finally breaks in the NHL. Only had 48 points, but probably going to win the Calder with that. Also a bit down the list, I see Noel Gunler and Kent Johnson. Also further down the list, Dylan Gunther here on the Sabres, 28 points in 82 games. Isn't that great? But he's actually an 84 overall, which is the best I've ever seen him grow. So they're probably just playing him a lot more than I ever did, or I guess computers ever did, because he also busted for computers. So NHL, there's one game left, but whatever. Let's see here. We're 14th. We have a playoff spot guaranteed. Wow. Sharks 22, and they're going to get in. How ridiculous is that? Unreal. Seattle. So they had like a decent start there, and now they're last in the league. So the Vegas Golden Knights aren't doing much better, 67 points. Both expansion teams actually looking like expansion teams right now. Goals for, we finished, what is that, 7th. Goals against, and we didn't do as good as last year. That is crazy. We added a bunch of defensive defensemen. Maybe I should have left it the same. Honestly though, Demko stats I think is the big thing. Wow, goals against went down. And we added Parayko, Pesci, traded Riley for Beckman Larson. That's strange. I got a tough first round matchup here, guys, against the Edmonton Oilers. I was thinking maybe we let in more goals because we no longer had +3 on the top pair, so Hughes is only playing like a 92 opposed to a 95, but I mean, either or, shouldn't really affect it. Draisaitl, McDavid, Yamamoto, Puljujarvi, Nuge, Benson. It's pretty nasty top 6. Holloway, Suter, Sundqvist, Kiviranta, Shane Wright, Brandon Peary. Why are they wasting Shane Wright on the 4th line? First overall, he's 83 medium franchise. Like, put him in place of Benson on the 2nd line. Move all the way to the middle, put Benson on the 3rd line. Like, what are they doing? Leddy, Klingberg, Bouchard, Nurse, Gustafsson, Tanev. A lot of offensive D, man, but still pretty solid. Peterson there up to an 83 as their starter. Jerry backing him up. 2 not bad goalies. This team is actually pretty sick. I'm not going to lie. I'm a little worried because McDavid alone, I think, could just go off and beat us. So let's see what happens here. First 2 games are in Edmonton. And wow, 7-1 win, a 5-1 win. Demko heard me calling him out. Came to play. 7-3 win, 4-1 win. We sweep the Oilers. Was not expecting that at all. It looks like the AHL team are actually in the playoffs. Love that. Hopefully they can have a good run here. Going up against the Devils. And we have the Sharks in the 2nd round. So 83 point, 22nd ranked Sharks make the 2nd round. Are you kidding me? Last season, the Rangers won the Stanley Cup as like the 19th seed. Besser, wow. 8 points in 4 games, averaging 2 points a game. Love that. So let's see the 22nd ranked Shark team that made the playoffs. Arvidsson, who we tried to sign. Chekovich to their first line center. Bobby Brink. Dadonov, McNeil, Couture. Dugan there. Chmelski, Weisblatt. Kessel on the 4th line. Abkabel, Aston Reese. They got Vatanen, Merkley leading that decor like he did for us. Carlson still on the team. Yandel, Olsen, Suter, 75 overall, 40-year-old Ryan Suter. Oh my. Goaltending, they got a goalie, Merzlikins. They've lined back him up. 2 former Columbus goalies. This team has a couple players, but I see why they finished 22nd, and I can also see, how they could have potentially stole around in the first round. They would have been playing, I'm not sure who won the West. We'll see in the playoff tree, but like they beat the best team in the West. First 2 games are at home. 6-5 OT win, 3-1 win. Okay, we got the momentum from the Edmonton series going. And we sweep the Sharks. 8-0 in the playoffs. I don't see our AHL team, so I think they got knocked out. But I didn't even realize they played the Devils in the second round after sweeping the Marlies in the first round. You can see 3 games to none. Then they lost to the Devils in 6. I don't know how. Just completely missed that Marlies series. Who do we got here in the conference final? The Colorado Avalanche. Okay, so this is going to be another good one, just like Edmonton. They still have McKinnon. They still have McCarr. I believe they still have Rantanen. Landeskog, I don't think, is on the team, though, so at least somebody they lost. Bailey there on the top line, McKinnon and Rantanen. 96 McKinnon, 93 Rantanen. All right, Zucker, Newhook, Tatar, Shane Bowers, Tyson Jost, Brett Leeson. Caught there, only a 79. Wow, he didn't really grow at all for them. Chandler Stevenson, Malmstrom. Defensively, Byram, McCarr, Timmins, Gerard, Orlov, and Barron. Barron's another guy, didn't really grow. McCarr probably heard me saying how Fox is better now. Bennington's their starter to Smith backing him up. Okay, so good team, just like Edmonton, but so are we. And we found a way past Edmonton. We swept them. Then we beat the Sharks there. Since it's the conference final, we'll sim this one period by period. Let's go, boys. Can we get it done? Down 1, Jason Zucker. 2-1, Pikolzin for us, Joss for them. And then they get another one from Joss there to take that 3-1. Never like to lose the first game of the series, but still a lot of hockey left here. It's also our first loss of the playoffs, so hopefully, the guys want to bounce back. Game 2, down 1 again. Jost. 1-1. Bedard, 3-1. Newhook and Timmins. Okay, so second game, same score as the first. 3-1, both of them. And those were at home as well. Now we're heading to Colorado, that higher altitude. Let's see what happens. 2-0. Good and Besser. 4-1. Jost again for them. Ehlers and Besser. 5-2. Peterson, McKinnon for them. Alright, so we're on the board. We get 1 win. Definitely do not want to get swept. So we're only down 2-1. If we could somehow take both away games, that'd be kind of crazy. Tie this thing up. Here we go, game 4. Up 3-0. Hollander, Pesci, Podkolzin. 5-0. Barkov and Horvat. 6-1. We don't get the shutout. Gerard there spoils it for Demko, but that is fine. I'm more worried about tying that series up. So at this point, it's a best of 3. We got 2 games at home. So far, the home team hasn't won a game, but maybe we'll change that here in game 5. 1-1. Hughes for us, Bowers for them. 2-1 for them. Bowers again. Are you kidding me? 3-2. Ernie for us. Zucker, though, with the game winner. All right, so I guess I'm feeling pretty good heading to Colorado based on how the series has gone so far. And then game 7, hopefully that's a coin flip. All right, here we go in Denver. 2-0. Domestikov, Ekman Larson. They fight back a bit. 3-2. Wow. 2 goals from Colorado. They make the comeback happen. McKinnon and Timmins make it all the way to the conference final. Get beat by the Avs in 6 after going undefeated in the first 2 rounds. That is tough. They're playing the Blue Jackets there in the Stanley Cup final. The draft results are in, guys. LA picking first overall. Montreal second. Minnesota third. The 2 expansion teams there dropped to 4 and 5. As you can see, the Colorado Avalanche won the Stanley Cup. So, again, we lose to the eventual Stanley Cup winner. But Colson, 17 points in 14 playoff games. Dude's a 92 now. I'm glad we got him locked up long term. Peterson was over a point per game in the playoffs. Same with Besser. Barkov. Bedard was just under. He's got to get to like an 89, I think, after this season. Ehlers 11. Love to bring him back. It's just a matter of the price. Pavelski had 9 points in 14 playoff games. That's like half the points he had in the regular season in 82 games. Demko actually showed up for us in the playoffs. .915 and 2.44. DiPietro got a bit of action there. Got a win. .923 and a 1.72. So playoff tree. In the East, Blue Jackets beat the Devils in 7, Hurricanes in 5, Bruins in 6. Then the Avs beat the Blues in 7, Blackhawks in 7, us in 6, and then they swept the Blue Jackets. So that kind of sucks. If we would have beat Colorado, looks like very good chance to beat the Blues. Also, I was curious who the Sharks beat in the first round as the Calgary Flames there took them out in 6. So next year, the awards, Avalanche Cup, Rangers President's Trophy, individual, McDavid, Art Ross. You can see he's won it 3 of 5 years. Hart goes to Matthews on the Red Wings. Oh my goodness. Adam Fox there, James Norris. Less points than Carlson when he gets it. Must have had better plus minus. It's like the thing that game uses. Sagan Lady Bing. Noel Gunler got the Calder. Wow, he got it over Brad Lambert. Very interesting. Tyson Jost there, Conn Smythe. Sorokin, Vezina, still with the Islanders. Vanacek there. And Aiden Hill split the William Jennings Trophy. 2 backups, that's interesting. Brent Clark, Bill Masterton on the Devils. Sharks coach this to Jack Adams for the 3rd time in 5 years. Okay, making the playoffs with the 22nd ranked team is not the same as actually making the playoffs. This guy should not keep winning the Jack Adams. Like, what is happening? Quentin Byfield, Selke, that's cool. Matthews also got the Ted Lindsay. And then McDavid won the Maurice Richard. I didn't even realize he had most goals, but very cool to see him win that. AHL, I know we made the playoffs. Did we get a team award? We did. We won the North Division. That's cool to see. Individual, Abramov there, most points on the Marlies, so we beat him. Fraze MVP and most goals. Parrish, outstanding rookie. Subban's in the AHL, best defenseman. I'm trying to see Abramov there, sportsmanship. Basically, just looking like for real players, essentially. So, we'll get to the draft now. I feel like this team's solid, especially if we can somehow bring back Ehlers. Like, we're going to be a contender again next year. Eric Staller retires on the Seattle Kraken. Ryan Getzlav is a free agent, only a 75. Jonathan Toews goes to the Preds and calls it quits. Pavelski retires as a Canuck. Couture also retires. He still had a couple of years left on his contract, so that helps the San Jose Sharks. JVR there, he signed a big never mind, it's a 1 year, 9.5. Then he retires, kind of strange. Oshie, Suter was 666. Broussard, Simmons, PK Subban. Goaltending wise, Carey Price calls it a career. Wow, 908 games played, 28 wins shy there, 500, 60 shutouts, 19 assists. Mike Smith there, 2 goals, 20 assists. Dubnyk, Talbot, Reimer. Actually, like a good amount of goalies retiring. And so we're at the draft now, guys. We're going to take a look at this draft class. Top 5 players are all just standard medium elite. Looking for steals. 3 guys might be high elite. I really highly doubt they are. 50-50. I mean, there's really not much here. Luckily, it's a year there's not much here. We don't really have many picks, so I feel like we're not missing out. We'll check by gems. 1 gem, low top 4. Is going to go, what is that? Late 3rd, early 4th. Alright, we'll just send to our pick here, which is a late 3rd round pick. We can probably get the gem. First overall is 82 medium elite. The next 4, or I guess 3, are 79 medium elites and a 78. So yeah, 66 medium elite. Enforcer defenseman to Pittsburgh. That guy will be interesting to see how he grows. Washington grabs a medium elite, number 14. Alright, so we'll get to our pick. He's ready to go. Vandeveld, kind of a cool name. Danish. Meant to be. 64 overall, low top 4. So, yeah, he could become a player. Probably not, but definitely probably one of the better things there. Lang, medium top 6. NHL ETA, that was 5 years. I mean, what else is really here? Goalie, 2 goalies actually. 50-50 medium elite. I think I have to take Zetterberg, although they'll probably still be there when we do go to pick again. So I'll take Lang right now. And 56 medium top 6. Yeah, he'll have like a little bit of value. Not a ton though. So picking 125. Both goalies here. Zetterberg I gotta take first because of the name. Medium fringe. Not terrible, not great. Not sure if the other one's going to be here. It'll be close. He did get taken. Hopefully he wasn't medium elite. They like Niemanen, low elite, NHL ETA 5 years. That's probably going to be the case for all these guys. Ooh, McNeely here, NHL ETA guaranteed 3 years. Wow, he's a grinder. Let's take him. And 64 low top 9. So like the fact he's already that high rated definitely should help him out in growing. And Niemanen's still here, so I guess we'll give him a chance. 55 low top 9. Eric Hallow's being offered to us for a 7th round pick. It's signing rights though. He's under contract, so we're going to say no. Right wing, guaranteed medium top 9. I'll take that in the 7th round. Like, that's pretty good. Only 49 overall though. We're going to take him a while to grow. Alright guys, we're not the re-sign phase here. We only have $7 million. Nick Ehlers wants an extension, but he wants 9.2. So there's no way this is going to work. I mean, if we somehow get some cap, we can maybe sign him in free agency. Luckily though, all of our best players are locked up. Peterson will definitely want to raise low next year, and Bedard and Hughes also get raises on their extensions. Bo Horvat's, I don't know if he'll stay at $7.5 million, want a little bit more. I think Parayko went up in rating. I believe it was 85 before, now in 86. Luke Hughes as well, now in 87. Like, we've got a really good decor. I'm actually looking at our decor right now. I'm wondering if maybe we move Ekman Larson just because he's making a lot of money. We could put Parayko or Pesce on the top pair with Quinn Hughes. Then the other one with Luke Hughes on the second pair. Get a couple of cheap guys on the bottom pair. Maybe keep Ehlers instead of Ekman Larson with that money. As well, too, I was looking at goalies. Demko down to an 86. DiPietro's still an 84. Like, I think if we give him a chance as a starter, he could go up in rating. We'll offer him 1 year. If we're going to do that, though, let's do 2 years, 3.3. See what he says to that. I think we'll definitely trade Demko just because he's been playing pretty average. We have Parsons here, could be the backup. 2 years, probably takes just over 1. Look at Zaboral next year, wants $3 million for 3 years. He's made a good bottom pair defenseman, but I'm going to let him go at that price. As well, Colligan and Green here, both 79, 27. They're done growing. Let the younger guys play. Also looking at Costin here, he wants 2.2 for 1 year. Wow. I did not expect him to actually be cheaper. Oh, he's gone down in rating from 85 to 83. Still, though, for like the role he plays, third line or whatever, that's fine. Hosang tore up the AHL, wants $2 million for it. It just doesn't make sense. Rubtsov, 81. Wants 1.3. That's not that bad, but really, he just doesn't have a spot on the team because I'm going to keep that, misfit fourth line. Nemestikov, Galchenyuk, and Ernie that got +3. And they want a bit of money. They probably know I like them. So Ernie, 1.3. Nemestikov's locked up. Galchenyuk, $1 million right on 2 years. I like that. Malgin, really no reason to keep, especially at that price. All right, guys, Amari's coming back as our fourth line left wing. Boquist there helped with the AHL team. Galchenyuk's back, fourth line center. Clark, their AHL player, same with Thomas. Costin came back. Parsons came back. So, like I said, if we do sign Demko, he'll be the backup in the NHL. DiPietro wants more money. Okay, so fair enough. Looks like all the AHL guys said yes. Sign that Glencross guy as a medium elite. I'm thinking to try and get him in the AHL. Help him grow a bit more. We do have the money for DiPietro. Like I said, if I make him the starter, he'll probably grow. But he's 26, so if he doesn't, I don't want to like overpay him. Let's try 3.5 for 2 years. DiPietro still said no to that. The thing is, with all the extensions next year, like we're definitely going to have to pay him a bit more because I'm going to need money next year. And there we go. So he says yes, 3.6. My plan, like I said, I think we got to trade Demko. And then I might also trade Ekman Larson. Not only to give us some cap space this year, but also basically to pay Luke Hughes next season. And look at this, guys. I just noticed Quinn Hughes' potential is now medium franchise. That is awesome. And check out free agency next year. See who's available. Adam Fox. Wow. Okay. Wins the Norris Trophy. Heads to free agency. And he's asking for $16 million. Alright. That shows you how good of a deal we're getting on Quinn Hughes. Hughes was a 92. Now he's a 90. When he was a 92, he was making $5.5 million. That's still what he's making. Literally a third of what he should be making, at least on open market. That's ridiculous. Matthews has a great season on Detroit, then just goes to free agency. What the heck? Jacob Slavin's there. Owen Power, an RFA, up to a 90 overall, or sorry, 89, so he grew quite a bit. Sam Steele, Malkin, 30 years old, still an 88 overall. Basically, it's his defensive stats and physical stats are down. His hands are perfect. I feel like his shot's actually gotten better. Like, what the heck? Yeah, look at the year he had. Are you kidding me? That's 100 points. Malkin's ridiculous. Potential, though, is a little bit scary. Gabe Landeskog's back in free agency. Ehlers there, of course. Wouldn't mind. Beniers. Okay, so there's some pretty good players here. The more good players, the more the chance of us getting actually like value contract somewhere else. Askarov there as an RFA is the best goalie. Just for Wallstedt's also an RFA. 22 years old there, 86 overall. Gonna take a quick look at two-way goalies. Sort by potential. Don't really see much. Hunter Jones, 24.77. Could back up Stuart Skinner, I guess. Never mind, Jones is actually an RFA, so instead we could get Markin in here, 23.75. 1 overall below Lindbaum, but he's also a year younger. Feel like to be AHL backup should be more than good enough. And looking at two-way skaters now, Kovanov, 25.76, low elite. Maybe if he like has a good year in the AHL, he'll do something. I'll give him a contract offer, couldn't really hurt. Kupari, 25.79. Make him an offer as well. Ryan Suzuki, 24.78. I don't know what it is. He's got medium top 6, but this dude never grows. But Still, I feel like he can help with the AHL team. Nolan Foote as well, just being a power forward. Couple D-men here too. Matthew Robertson, 24.77, medium top 4. Again, it's like teams basically give up on these guys, and it doesn't look like me an NHL player, but they'll help out our AHL team. So next year, guys, are trying to make a trade with Detroit, offering them Demko and Para. Para's a low elite there. Only a 56 at 18. It'll be tough for him to become an NHL player. And they got this McClellan guy on the block, who's actually a really good prospect. 21 years old, already a 78. He had over a point per game in the AHL, 22 goals, 62 assists. I mentioned how hard that is. Hossein couldn't do it as an 82, getting a +3, so playing like an 85. Power forward, that should obviously work out really well with chemistry boost. Look at his shot there, it's ridiculous, good physical. He actually had more value than Demko, which is why I added Para. If this goes through, I think it's a great trade for us. Save cap, get a really good prospect, something we actually haven't had in a bit because we've been trading all our first and second round picks. Trades rejected. They're saving salary to sign their pending free agents. I'm not sure if they're going to go for this, guys, but now offering them Ekman Larsson for the McClellan prospect and Moritz Seider, making half as much as Ekman Larsson. 85, couple more years left to grow there. I feel like this is a great trade for us, so they probably say no. Oh, apparently they say yes. I mean, Demko, they were taking on $6 million. This trade, they still took on $4 million, so only $2 million less. They say yes. I think that worked out really well for us. We got younger, saved cap space. So next year, guys, we're trying to trade Demko to the Leafs for this Parks prospect. I think they just drafted him. 21st overall, first round pick. 17, hasn't even turned 18 yet. He's already a 69, so that's really high, honestly, for his age. I'm hoping he'll grow. His shot's kind of shit, but he's got good hands there, good skating. So I'm adding Para there to Demko because he's a prospect, like I said, don't see making the NHL. Actually, guys, I just saw they had this Andrew Kavanaugh guy. Really good shot. It's 21, 77 overall, medium top 6. I think I would just rather have him. Slightly higher value. If it costs us Demko, obviously, like I said, we're saving salary. Trades rejected. Value's quite far off. It's literally on our side. 4th round pick? Yeah, quite far off, yet the 4th round pick gets it done. Anyways, so we go to free agency now. We actually have some cap. 10.7 million. I'm thinking whatever we do, though, will probably be a 1-year deal because, like I said, Peterson needs a new contract. Same with Luke Hughes. Those are going to cost us a lot of money. Now, we need a new bottom pairing defenseman to take Zaborov's spot. Ethan Bear here, 82 overall, only wants 1.1 million. Literally a third of Gostisbehere and Zaborov, who are both, around him. I feel like that's a great contract. He's got good stats there. Is he offensive defenseman? He is. He might actually fit perfectly with Brett Pesce on our bottom pair. So I'm going to offer him a bit more because I want him. So let's do 1.25, 2 years. Hopefully he says yes. I'll still have about $10 million to get a forward. All we need is like a third line forward. 1 year. I'm basically looking for highest rating. Ideally, it's probably a center. Malkin, I'm a bit worried about. Hewitt there's an RFA. Could bring Ehlers back, honestly, and just run with what we had, run it back. I don't think that's that bad of an idea. So he does want 7 years. Let's offer 1 year, and we'll do 9.9. I'm not really sure exactly how much cap we're gonna have with the Bear offer and how it kind of works out. See what happens here. And there we go. Ethan Bear accepted his offer. That's awesome. So our defense is good. Nolan Foote's joining the AHL team. Kupari there, who thinks he's in the NHL. Suzuki, Kavanaugh, Robertson, Ginning, Markin, that goalie. And Ehlers does come back. Let's go. Okay, so I think our forward group looked really good at the deadline, and we're literally going to be bringing the exact same group back. In terms of cap space, we have none. We have $1 million. We do have a couple contract spots open, so I'm actually going to look for some weird two-way players who maybe have a crazy shot or whatever. I think that's honestly the most impactful thing. It was something I wanted to do actually last episode. I kind of forgot. Okay, guys, this Raycroft guy I just found is insane. 79 overall already at 22 years old. Low top 6 potential is pretty good. 33 goals, 40 assists, so 73 points last year in the AHL. Look at the shot, 94 wrist shot accuracy. Hands, passing, deking, hand-eye, deking, passing, all 99. That could be a playmaker of that high of passing. Offensive and defensive awareness aren't that great. Pretty good skating, just can't scale that fast. Very physical, even though he's only 5'11", 94 aggressiveness, 92 strength, but the body checking's bad. This guy is one of the strangest players I've ever seen. I want him, and I want him locked up. I'm going to offer him 3 years, 150K. I think he'll turn into a beast. Hopefully he says yes. The guy above him, only a 68, but he's got 96 wrist shot accuracy, 97 power, with 91 passing. The thing is, he's a 68, 23. I feel like Raycroft's the guy to have. One thing kind of crazy I just realized, guys, I had it sorted by shot, and he had the second best wrist shot accuracy at 94, but he also has the best hands of any free agent. Like, that's so crazy. And there we go, guys. Bennett Raycroft accepted his offer. 94 wrist shot accuracy, 99 passing. What was it, 950K for the next 3 years? I feel like first line AHL for this year. Hopefully he goes off, and then we call him up to the NHL, and he's like our secret weapon. So we're going to start next season, guys, and I'm really excited to see how this team is going to do. I'll show you the lines here. First line's exact same. Bedard, Peterson, McColson, although I actually have switched McColson and Peter Bedard's wing. Before I had them on their strong side, Bedard right-handed on the right wing, McColson left-handed on the left wing. I'm going to try it this way and see if maybe Bedard scores more. McColson was already scoring a lot, so hopefully he just scores more as well. Besser, Barkov, Ehlers is an insane second line. Like I said, that's a lot of teams' first line. Barkov's up to a 92. Hollander, Horvat, Kost in the third line. Nemestikov, Galchenyuk, and Ernie. Still that solid fourth line getting the +3. Defensively, Hughes and Sider top pair get a +3. So playing like an 88 and 93, like that's going to be insane. Luke Hughes and Parayko second pair. Pesci, Bear bottom pair. Didn't get the boost I hoped for, but still, I mean, Bear 82 overall making 1.2. What a steal. Also in goal, DiPietro is actually up to an 85, so definitely was the right move to trade Demko. He's only 1 overall below him now. He's making like $3 million less. Parsons 81, I think, is a very solid backup. And looking at the AHL team next, I honestly might be more excited for this AHL team. We got this Dylan McClellan guy who we got from the Red Wings. Over a point per game last year in the AHL. Insane shot. I'm hoping on our team we can tear it up as well. The Raycroft dude we signed, 94 wrist shot accuracy. The best hands I've ever seen on an AHL player. Absolutely no slap shot I noticed, but that's fine. He's on the wing. Just going to be coming down and sniping it. He's got really good speed too. And then of course on the second line, Kavanaugh from the Maple Leafs, 77 overall, also has a very good shot. I'm hoping he can tear it up in the AHL as well. And you can see every line is basically high 70s, getting a +1. So pretty much the whole forward group's going to be playing like an 80. Defensively, it's kind of same thing. +3 on the first pair and the bottom pair. Even the middle pair is a +1. So I think like every single defenseman is basically playing like an 80. In goal, you got Skinner's a 79, Markin a 76, backing him up. I feel like, you know, this is the year AHL team hopefully can go on a run. NHL team as well kind of needs to go on a run this year because next offseason we're going to lose a lot of people. Not only has Peterson and Luke Hughes need a new contract, but so does Bedard. So I feel like for sure just not going to bring Ehlers back. We'll also probably lose one of Horvat or a guy like Parayko or Pesci. Definitely going to lose some players, but as you saw, we got some sick guys in AHL. Hopefully they'll be ready to step up next season. Now looking at the overalls here, 100 offense, that is awesome. 93 defense, 85 goaltending. Like I said, guys, I think this is one of the best teams we've had yet. Hopefully, next year will be the year we win the Stanley Cup. If you guys enjoyed this episode, leave that thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed yet, make sure to hit the sub button. As always, guys, thanks so much for watching. Have a nice day. Goodbye.